Hey guys, welcome and ting and ting and ting. Are we going to Serbia? And I promise that I'm going to start looking at small areas in Serbia, like rural areas and stuff, getting to the meat of the people because Belgrade, big city, you know what I mean? The city life, you understand what I'm saying? Thing, it's probably different a little bit, to other places because of cultural reasons, but a big city is pretty much a big city with the hustle and the bustle. So, I want to find out about the little areas around there, like the mountain regions, and all of that. And this one is called Berilovac Village in Pirot, Serbia. Let's go ahead and see what's going on here. Let's YouTube and sit similar, you know what I mean? Getting into the meat of the vibe.
I'm at the niche bus station, taking a bus trip out to Pirot for a few days. Hopefully I'll be able to do a little bit of hiking out there, relax a bit. I think some of these cars are older than I am.
We had cars like that on the island for a while there.
This is just getting fun.
I like these
I'm
buildings.
heading to a place up this road where I'm going to stay for a few days. Definitely
Nice
out
little
of the city.
stream.
This village I'm staying in is called Berilovac, and it is apparently the oldest village in the area.
Ooh, oldest village in the area. No wonder why the houses look like that. Or the buildings, I should say.
I think the most unfortunate thing about this village is just the amount of garbage there is.
I hate it when, well, hate is a strong word, but I'm not a big fan of people who go places and they feel, oh, look at all the garbage and stuff. Stop. Just enjoy the place. There's garbage everywhere. Where I live here, there's garbage all over the place here. As a matter of fact, I put my garbage out in the back of my building that way, and there's people that goes through the garbage. I thought it was wild dogs or something, like stray dogs, but it was people going through it. That's everywhere. You know, let's see the other part of it. That would interest me. Don't show me stuff that I could see every and anywhere. And I'm not like knocking this here. Because a lot of people are like, hey, if you're going to do Romania, show the bad side of it. Don't just see the good side of it. Everybody's showing the bad side of everything. I just want to see the good side of stuff. And I think that's the problem with society today. We just want to show bad stuff. Oh, look at the crime here, Oh, look, how they live here, and look at this and that. When I'm from a third world country, man. The way a lot of us live there, people might think it's real primitive and stuff. But let's see the people's faces. Are they smiling? Yeah, they're struggling, but are they finding ways to make themselves happy? I had a friend who went to Panama, and he went to Panama on like something to do with school. He was getting his master's in business administration or something like that. And he came back and he said he stayed mainly in the city area, and everybody was kind of a well-to-do there. But he did get an opportunity to go out into the rural areas and stuff, and he's like, oh my God, those people are so poor out there, living in squalor. And he said, but they're so happy, as if they don't know they're living in squalor. What do you expect them to do? You expect them to be sad just because they live in there? Some make it out, some don't. I mean, that's just the reality of life there. I wish everybody could have everything, but, So, that's what I told him. I was like, so what you mean is, because they live in not so ideal conditions, they should be like, oh, woe is me, oh my God, my life is so horrible. I'm all depressed. Let me just go shoot up the place. Let me go do... Come on, man. It's just people gonna And I'll be honest with you, man. The one thing I'm noticing here, I live here. And I'm watching videos from home and I'm remembering how it is home. We don't have much, but right now with the Christmas season, we having fun. People are having so much fun down here. I'm so stressed out here, it's not even funny. Because everybody's just complaining, complaining, and complaining, and complaining. And it's like, man, all right, so we working paycheck to paycheck and we struggling. But can we please just make each other happy while we do it? Can we please just smile and be happy? We're wasting our lives being miserable all the time. Come on now, you know. That's why I want to show the good stuff about places. You know, understand what I'm saying? Because especially places like that I'm watching, like Serbia, Romania, and Moldova, and all these places. Because all you hear for years is how horrible those places are, the wars and the strife and the communism and this and that. But nobody's taking into consideration that there are people living there. People who more than likely during those times and even now find ways to make themselves happy. Let's show that. Maybe we might learn something from it. Maybe these people around here who are just whining and complaining because they live in the richest country in the world, you know, and they're poor, might find a way how to make themselves happy. You know what I'm saying? That's why I show the good side of things, even though people aren't living in ideal conditions. And you see how it looks like she's going through a little marketplace and thing. On my island, that's how it is. There's a place called a market square. When I was a kid, that's how it was. Now they put up stalls and stuff for them. But when I was a kid, they just lay down a burlap bag and they put all the vegetable on it and you just walk through and you buy it. You pick up what you need and you put in your basket and stuff like that, you know? It's kind of like that there. You know what I'm saying? Similarities. Boom. Looks like a farmer's market of some kind. And of course, there's peaceful things like this. That's peaceful. You hear the bells and you know the sheep is on the scene, you know what I mean? And they're just grazing and there's a goat too. Now that's some rural
So
living
you're
right
both
there.
quiet now. Weren't so quiet at 6 a.m., were you? Hmm? Barking and squawking.
The one thing I miss on the island is like every morning my rooster would sit on one of the poles on the fence that was fencing off our house from the rest of the land around there. It would sit on that fence and crow every morning. I haven't heard a rooster crow in decades, man, and I'm dying to hear a rooster crow. There's a certain kind of a peace, you know, first thing in the morning to hear that rooster crow like an alarm clock. You know what I'm saying? It's just, and then the rare occasions on afternoons around 5 a.m. when the sun is setting, you hear a rooster crow or you hear chickens cluck. You know what I mean? And to me, that's kind of peaceful. You understand what I mean? Life is just going on. Instead of listening to all the man-made things like cars and bikes and all this stuff go by, trains go by, you hear natural stuff. Pigs squealing, chickens clucking, roosters crowing, donkeys braying. Oh, it's so peaceful.
All innocent looking. Lies. Sign says these are hunting grounds.
We don't have much hunting on the
Makes me a
island.
little nervous because I just walked through a bunch of trees. And I'm not wearing anything fluorescent. I've just been wandering aimlessly through the hills above the village. It's nice and quiet up here. I'm not sure what these are.
Don't eat them.
Plums, but they're really small. Not sure. think these might be blackthorns. Not really sure. They're too small to be plums. They're very bitter and there's a big seed inside.
Oh, she tried them. Is that ant hills?
I don't know. About ants, but I don't see any ants.
Oh, they're on the ground. They're chilling. We have a lot of ant hills on the island like that. Big ones. They sting like crazy too, man.
You got mail.
There's the village I'm staying in. And the house, the very furthest house right in the middle
Turn
of the
this
screen
phone
there,
off.
that's where I'm staying. And I went up through that valley this morning.
That village is in a nice little nook. Natural nook. Is that cabbages?
This dog is new, came to say hi. I gave it a hazelnut, now it likes me, but it's got burrs in its fur. Needs a brushing. This is Becca. She's kind of noisy. Yeah, you are. You are. Kind of a noisy dog.
Friendly
Where did
puppies.
this one come from? There's so many dogs. So many.
That's another thing there that similarities again. When you live in little rural areas like that, your dogs just roam the village. You know what I mean? Where I'm from, we had a dog. I didn't see a house dog or a dog stay inside until I came to America. All our dogs pretty much live in the veranda. Now the thing about it is on the porch, or whatever you all call it, I'm not sure. But of course you have to take into consideration that it's sunshine most of the time there with some rain. Our verandas or porches are usually covered anyway. But very rare our dog ever came in the house. Very rare. You know, and then I had a dog here for the longest while, and the dog was just an inside dog. That dog was inside all the time, and I don't think that's kind of not. It's kind of like cooped up. No human being want to be cooped up like that. Then you put it on a leash and you take it walking. Of course, we live out here in a concrete jungle, but you know. There we go, all these dogs, you know, we can go to the villages back home and you see how the dogs are there coming around her and stuff like that. Yep, dogs everywhere.
I'm always finding trouble, so.
No, she's got a kitty.
I don't know, he's purring. I don't know what to do with him. But, I don't know, some guy just like kind of tossed him out in the street and I don't know, I think he's hungry. Well, poor thing was starving. Jumped on the bag before I even had it open. Oh. He's an adventurous little bugger, but I think he wants to sit in my lap. Oh. What am I going to do with you, huh? What? Oh, I'm so relieved. I found trouble at home. A nice lady and her son came by and took him. And I gave her a little bit of food that I had bought him. I hope it's a good home. My hosts have been feeding me, like, too much. Even though I told them I have my own food, they bring me homemade sausages and all kinds of homemade dishes in the evenings. And all of this, they grow on their property. They have fruit trees, and the pears are so good. And the apples and the plums, and they've got herbs. They've got nuts, eggs, tomatoes, and then they make their own liquor that they just put in whatever bottles they can find. But this is a walnut liqueur. They've also got plum liqueur. It's all so good.
A walnut liquor.
But I can't keep up. I can't eat it all. I'm leaving in the morning, and I know they're gonna bring me more. The food is really good, and it is very kind of them.
Oh man, look at that. That's something they
Well,
don't
I'm
have a
leaving
whole
pretty
lot in
soon. I'll go
America.
back to Pirot to catch.
That's something they don't have in America. People don't have center tables. I'm trying to think of any place I go where there's a center table that I could remember. Well, of course, recently too. Yeah, yeah. My buddy Scott had one, but he's from Virginia. And they probably do here. I don't go to very many people's houses here, so they probably do here too. So,
A bus to Belgrade. I haven't done all that much the last few days. I did some wandering in the hills, visited the villages, went to the market in town, but mostly I've just been reading and relaxing and eating a lot of home cooked food and homemade sausages and wine and eating lots of tree nuts. It's been great. The host's been so generous. I am glad I don't have a new pet. That I'm really happy I found a home for that kitten. It was funny because so when I first got into town, everybody wanted to talk to me. They wanted, they invited me to sit with them. I think one guy offered to give me a ride on his horse-drawn cart. It was crazy. I had no idea what anyone was saying, but they were all so friendly. And then walking through town with that kitten, nobody would look me in the eye. Nobody wanted anything to do with that cat. It was hilarious in a way. And when I went to buy it food, the cashier was freaking out. She just did not like cats, I could tell. But I was trying to get the money out of my wallet with one hand and holding onto the cat with the other. And the cat was squirming, and I lost my grip, and the cat fell onto the counter. And the look on that woman's face, oh man, that was priceless. She just freaked out. So yeah, I'm really glad I found it a home, because I don't think people love cats so much around here. I'm not sure.
all right, you know what I mean? Didn't say much about the people, but I enjoyed it because it showed a little bit of the village. It showed what the village is. It showed the hillside around the village and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So yeah, that was quite interesting. I'm having a hard time. Okay, here's what I want you all to do. I want you all to comment down below and tell me of places in Serbia that I could look up here and react to. Or better yet, send me some suggestions of places I could or videos that I could look on other parts of Serbia besides Romania. Something that shows traditional living. Something that shows home down home type Serbian people and saying, you know what I mean? But I enjoyed this pretty much. And this is one of the few ones that I could find. Most of them are like 2 minutes long and stuff like that, a quick hit. So comment down below, give me names of places that I could look up, places that are like the second largest city in Serbia, places like that. I'm going to leave a link in the description for this so you all could go check it out for yourselves and things like that. And if you like what I do, subscribe, you know what I mean? So, and when I'm getting new videos out, you could hit the notification button, or drop a like on the video for me too also, it'll help so that it could get spread some more. In the meantime, y'all take care of each other, alright? Cool runnings.